Hi, welcome to my channel. I am going to talk about revenue recognition reversal method in Oracle Receivables Cloud. What does it mean? What is the revenue reversal rules on credit memos? But in special case, what is this case? If you are crediting transaction that uses invoicing and revenue scheduling rules, you must select a revenue reversal rule. This reversal rule determines how to manage the reversal of revenue that was recognized when the credited transaction was created. There are three revenue reversal rules. First one is LIFO, last in, first out. This rule reverses revenue starting with the most recent accounting period and then reverses revenue on all periods until the credit memo is finished. Second one, this rule as a prorate reverses revenue by crediting an equal percentage to all account assignments for the transaction. Third one is unit. This rule reverses revenue on the number of units that you specify on transaction line. As you know, for this transaction, for any transaction, either revenue recognition or normal transaction, there are lines or transaction lines. So this rule reverse depends on the numbers of the units that you specify on the transaction line. So if you select the unit reversal rule during credited these transactions, you must enter a last period to credit, a quantity to credit, and an adjustment or adjusted unit price on each applicable line. You cannot enter credit quantity that is greater than the quantity on the target transaction line. So let's get into application to show you how to apply these reversal rules. What is the accounting impact after you apply either LIFO, Prorate, or unit? But to be honestly with you, I will test with you LIFO and Prorate because this really it's really scenarios I faced in my work or in my tasks. So let me open an example for Excel sheet to show you what I will do. I will create two AR revenue transaction, revenue recognition transactions. These two, for example, AR transaction number 1, AR transaction number 2. The both for revenue recognition. The start period for both will be the same, and end period. Start period will be January 2023. The last will be December 2023. The same. After that, I will run recognize revenue. So the system will calculate or prorate the revenue. For example, if I enter total amount is 12,000, it will give each month 1,000. So 1,000, 1,000, and so on until the total for 12 period. So the net or the total will be equal 12. And the same here, 12,000. After I create two transactions and run the recognize revenue to recognize the revenues in these periods, I will make credited those two transactions by reversal rules of revenue recognition. In this case, I will make prorate and check the accounting entries, and here I will credit it by the second type of the reversal rules, like LIFO, last in first out. So let's start now to create normal revenue recognition, two transactions. After that, run recognize revenue, then check accounting entries and reverse first one by prorate reversal rule, second one to reverse by LIFO reversal rules. Let's get into application. As you know, once you log in, I'm logging here, go to receivables and billing. In billing, you can go to create transaction. As usual, you have to enter what is the transaction class, what is the business unit, transaction source of this invoice, what is the transaction type, it must be invoice, or whatever transaction type you defined in your business organization or business unit. What is the invoicing rule? I will select in advance, because this is very important step to tell the system that this invoice for revenue recognition. Then the currency, what is the customer? I will select my customer, ship to, bill to, and this is the header amount, header information. Then go to distribution to enter either memo line or item. I will enter one memo line. As I told you before, this is 12. So here's the total, 12,000. So go to right to enter the rule and check if their tax classification is out of scope, and go to right to enter the rule. The rule, you have to define the rule in the setup and the maintenance to define how many periods you are going to recognize this revenue. You have to type either fixed, either deferred, either prorate daily and monthly, and I already did it or completed before one video for how to create a rule and how to create revenue recognition. So in this case, I will select my prorate daily and monthly. This is revenue period as a monthly, and start date, as I told you, by January 2023 and end by December the same year. So once I finish this transaction and try to recognize the revenue, the system will prorate this amount for 12 period, so it will give each period 1,000 as an amount. Once you finished, just click to save. The normal process: save, complete, revenue recognition. Here you have added invoicing rule revenue. The system by default changed the accounting date to match the start date of the start period of your revenue scheduling. Okay, this is by default by Oracle. Again, try to save. You can complete and create another, or complete and review. You will check status, change it to be complete. Here you cannot try to create the accounting until you recognize the revenue. So let me take it copy in our Excel sheet. So this is the first one. So make it bold. I can duplicate because I told you I will create two transactions, transaction 1, transaction 2. So I will duplicate by the same data, no changes. Again, invoice in advance, 12,000, no tax, started by January, end by December. Again, the system will change this accounting date to match with the start date of the revenue scheduling. Save. This is like information, complete and review. Now it's complete. Again, you cannot try or you cannot create accounting because you have to run revenue recognize first. This is the second one. Take it copy, put it here. So now I will duplicate this tab, enter, navigate to schedule process to run the revenue recognize. Until now I didn't do anything. This is a normal process. I think you know the process or this process very well. Schedule process, select recognize, submit new process, revenue or recognize, recognize revenue, okay, fill, okay again, fill the parameters and submit. What is the business unit? Select your business unit. Print format either summary or detail and the maximum number of workers. Keep it as it is. Submit. There is one process was submitted. Click refresh until the status changes to either successfully or any other status. Now completed. Again, come back to our invoices. This, if I just save and close, like a refresh, and come back to our invoices, select first one, search, click, try to create accounting. Now create accounting should, you can try or either post as a final create accounting or draft. Accounting has been completed. View accounting to check the accounting entries of revenue recognition. Just detach. Here, unearned revenue 1000, revenue for December, the same for November, October, September, August, blah 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 until January. This is a normal counting entries that unearned revenue will be debit and revenue credit. Okay, okay. Second invoice will be the same. That I will save and close. Select the other one. Okay, click search here or go the home page and search again. Transaction number, search, click and post to ledger. It will give you the same counting entries because we duplicate or copied the first transactions. Again, if you export or detach, the same unearned debit, revenue, credit, and so on for our 12 months. Now, I will come back to the first invoice, search again, what is our invoice, 73015, and the user told me I need to cancel or credited this transaction. As I told you what our reversal rules in this case, the first one we will use a prorate. What the prorate will create, this rule reverses revenue by crediting an equal percentage to all account assignments. Means whatever the amount I will enter, the system will prorate it for all of the accounting periods which is assigned to this process. For example, if I enter in our example this, let me go to back. Credited by prorate rule. What the system will do, I will enter this total amount, the same amount. So I will make full credited amount. So the system will prorate this 12,000 for our 12 periods. So in January, February, March, April, May, it will deduct here minus 1,000, minus 1,000, minus 1,000, minus 1,000, and so on. So the total will be 12,000. This is prorate rule. So now, this is our first invoice. I will credit it. Credit it from action, credit transaction. If the invoicing rule is assigned or this transaction is revenue recognition, the system will give you this option, revenue reversal rule. Our three option will be here, LIFO, prorate, unit. Right, let me cancel and show you in other. So take care what is there under the attachment and the note, revenue reversal rules. Okay, I will search by any other normal transactions. For example, this transaction. Let me try to credit it to check. Still incomplete, cancel. Okay, I just need to any transaction is completed. Search. Give me, can I check the column? Complete. Let me check this one. Let me complete. It's complete. If I try to credit this transaction, you will not find reversal rules, LIFO, prorate unit. So only for the transactions which is related to revenue recognition, you will find the option here to which reversal rules you are applied to this, to credited the revenue recognition transaction. So let me cancel, come back to take our invoice number, yes, search, the transaction number, search, revenue recognition created, submitted, post to ledger also finished, everything is finished. Now the step to action, credit transaction. System will give you some parameters or some data to fill. I will put first one as a prorate. Okay? Accounting date, transaction date. What is the percentage? As you know, in normal, in e-business or Oracle Cloud, you have to enter the balance credit either percentage, 100, 80, 20, blah, 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 or amount in negative. So I will either put 100. So the system automatically will put 100 of this invoice, means the full amount will be credited. So the full amount in credit must be the same but in negative amount. Again, if you have a tax, you have also enter what the credited amount of the tax. You can enter also percentage or amount. Okay? What if I entered not 100? Again, if you enter 80, the system will calculate 80 means, for example, 800. So here will credited minus 800, minus 800, minus 800, and so on until December. So whatever the amount you will enter here or the percentage, the system will prorate it for full periods. Finished, save. In the credited, no need to run revenue recognition. Just complete and review. This is a credit memo. Again, post to ledger or accounting draft to check the accounting entries. What I told you, whatever is created in the standard revenue recognition transaction, it will be reversed here. If you remember the first accounting entries, revenues was credited, right? And the unearned debited. Here, no. The system reverse to in December, revenue reverse it to be debited, unearned credited. November, the same. Here, in November, revenue unearned. What about October? The same. What about September, August, blah, 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 until January. So whatever is created, it's again reversed. This is the prorate reversal rule of revenue recognition. I hope now you got it. It's clear for you. Now we are going to the second invoice to reverse it by LIFO reversal rule. Cancel and go to second invoice. Yes. Search, done. Search. Click. This is our invoice. Let's go to what is the LIFO will did. For example, if I make a contract for a rent to my customers, he rent, for example, flat, building, shop for 12 months. He recognized, for example, until October. Currently, we are in November. Until October, he or I recognized the revenue. By the start of the contract, he gave me 12 check. By maturity date. First check I have to collect it in January, second in February, third in March, fourth in April, blah, 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 until December. Before ending the contract, like in our case in November, he need to cancel whatever remaining in the contract. In this case, what or how many months is still in the contract? November and December. But until from January to October, it's already recognized. I collect the money. So in this case, he just need to credited 2 months, November and December. So how to reverse or how to tell the system or how to tell the transaction of this revenue recognition to credited only the remaining months of the contract or of our 12 periods. This is by LIFO. By logic, if he paid to me 12,000, I already recognized 10,000 for 10 months from January to October. Now I need to credited how much? 2,000, because each month is equal to 1,000. I recognized 10 months. So I recognized 10,000. So the remaining 2,000 for November and December. So when I LIFO by 2,000, the system will only reverse or credited November by 1 minus as a negative as a credit 1,000 and December 1,000. Once you got the logic of these reversal rules, everything will be easy for you. The first one, no, I paid to you, for example, 12 check, I need to reverse all of them or credit all of them. So prorate. Second, no, whatever remaining months is in my contract with you, I just needed to credit it. So in this case, you have to select LIFO. Let's show you in the system. This is our second invoice, the same in advance, everything 12 months, 12,000, action, credit transaction. Because it's revenue recognition, the revenue reversal rules will be shown, so I will select or keep it LIFO. As I told you, LIFO means I know very well that there are 2 months still not recognized, right? So I will enter either percentage like 20 or I can enter minus 2,000. Here not 20, it's around 17%. Finished, again save and complete and create accounting. Complete and review to show you that this credit amount is completed. Action, post to ledger to check the accounting entries, what the system credited, how many period credited. View, accounting, detach. As I told you, if you check the revenue and the unearned, revenue again debited in 2 months only. Which months is November and December? And unearned revenue in the other side as a credited, also for December and November. You cannot see January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October also, because it's recognized. So this is how to use or what is the concept of revenue reversal rules for only revenue recognition transaction. I hope now to get what is this rules. The unit, you can try it and check what it will generate, but by logic, as I told you, if you have a lot of lines, it will reverse revenue depends on the unit of each line. If you like my content, I hope to subscribe. Thanks for watching.